Hello and welcome to First Team All Vibes, your favorite sports podcast where we have all of the best vibes. My name is Marissa. I am one of the hosts on this podcast, and I am the local vibe connoisseur around these parts.
And I'm Anthony, and I'm the dude that knows ball.
We are so excited to be here, guys. This is episode 4. Thank you so much for everyone who has been supporting us, who has been watching, and we have plenty more to come, so don't you worry. You will be fed. You will never go hungry with First Team All Vibes. We have decided, I just want to let you guys know, that we are going to start splitting up our NBA and NFL episodes, so that way you guys can kind of focus on what you want. You know, it's a little more bite-sized, so that's what you can expect from here on out. So this is going to be our NBA special episode.
Basically our first NBA episode.
I know!
So, I'm excited.
And I think it's appropriate. I think it's about time we get this NBA party started, okay? And the party is getting started with this episode.
And the Clippers punishments are an entire year away from us.
That being said, that is a perfect segue into today's tip-off. So to start off, I kind of wanted to give you guys a little update on the Kawhi Leonard situation. Now, some of you guys might remember 2 episodes ago, episode 2, we did a whole feature breaking down the Kawhi Leonard Clippers scandal, where basically the owner of the Clippers, Steve Ballmer, was essentially accused of trying to circumvent the cap to pay their star player, Kawhi Leonard, about $28 million or possibly up to $48 million total in extra money beyond the very firm salary cap. Okay, so this is a huge scandal. It's being investigated by the NBA currently. If you guys are interested, make sure you go watch that episode that we made about it. But we wanted to give you guys a little update because guess what? Pablo Torre of Pablo Torre Finds Out, the guy that dropped all this information, investigative journalist, he is spilling more tea on this, guys. It just never seems to end. The drama is never ending, okay? So I have a few more updates that I want to share with you guys. So it turns out that not only was Steve Ballmer investing in this company and basically assumingly kind of funneling this money to Kawhi through this company called Aspiration that, by the way, went down with fraud, okay? Some of the founders are literally being faced with federal charges right now. But it also has now come forward that he was not the only person from the Clippers trying to pay Kawhi. There was actually 2 separate instances where Kawhi needed his quarterly payment, okay? So these payments were being made quarterly every year, 4 times a year. He was getting paid $1.75 million. It was recently revealed in a follow-up episode by Pablo Torre, he has since released many, that just days before Kawhi was due to be paid one of these $1.75 million payments, an investor invested $2 million into Aspiration, which at this point was failing, okay? And it just so happens to be Dennis Wong. Who is Dennis Wong, you might ask? He is the other owner of the Clippers. Yes, he is the only other
minority owner.
Only minority owner. He, in fact, owns 1%. 1% of the Clippers, which is kind of funny, honestly, just in general. But he also just so happens to be long-term friend of Steve Ballmer, the other owner of the Clippers. And he also was his college roommate. So they go way back, okay? So that if that's not damning enough, it also has recently been revealed that in March 2023, Steve Ballmer invested an additional $10 million into Aspiration. Just so happened to be the same month that, guess what? Kawhi was owed another payment, okay? And a lot of people, especially one Mark Cuban, have been trying to defend this. Mark Cuban's been kind of on a publicity tour right now, trying to say that Steve Ballmer's not this stupid. Billionaires siding with billionaires, you know, it's not exactly shocking news. But he has basically been saying, well, if he really did all this, don't you think that he would have tried to like save the company from going under? Because really the only reason that this has been revealed was because they had to file bankruptcy, right? Well, guess what? Our lovely friend Pablo Torre has revealed that allegedly the Clippers, Ballmer, and Dennis Wong now invested $118 million into Aspiration in just 18 months. So the idea being they tried to save it.
And wasn't it a direct wire transfer from the chief financial officer of the fucking Clippers?
Yes. So
they made it so obvious.
Exactly. it just keeps getting more and more damning. Okay, the evidence is just getting ridiculous at this point. Like, he's had more people come forward, more people straight up say, yes, it was for specifically to circumvent the cap. And everyone knew that. Yes, we have documents now that literally have like signatures from these financial people within the company that have the Clippers logo on it. Okay, I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. So that's a little update on that. It's just getting more and more crazy. We just wanted to kind of throw that out there since we did kind of plant the story with you guys. They are doing an investigation, and they said that they're expecting it to be done around right after the All-Star game, which is ironic, of course, because guess where the All-Star game will be? In the Clippers arena. That's right, the Intuit Dome, which could have been named the Aspiration Dome. That would have been even funnier. But yeah, that's a little update
you know
on the
what?
Kawhi situation.
And this is the way I got to put it for people that don't watch sports. The way I understand it, and the way anybody can understand it, Pablo Torre is Kendrick, Steve Ballmer is Drake, and Mark Cuban is DJ Academics. He just continues to defend Drake over and over again, and he's like, well, if he's this and if he's that, why do you not get proof? And then it's like Kendrick gets the proof, and he's like, this motherfucker won't stop. Like, It just keeps happening, and every time Pablo Torre drops another video, it's like Kendrick dropped again. It is my favorite thing. Mark Cuban just keeps giving Pablo Torre layups. He's like, well, if he was gonna do this, this is how he would be doing it. So until you find that, and then Pablo finds it out, and he's like, huh, buddy, that doesn't explain shit. And it's like, you're the one that said that this is what he needed.
That is exactly it.
I don't Mark Cuban, bro, he's losing all his credibility right now.
He's kind of almost indicting himself in a way. I'm like, why are you so defensive of this? Were you maybe engaging in some sketchy activities when you were the owner of the Mavs? Are you trying to cover up for something? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
The best part is like, he's like, if you were gonna go over the cap, theoretically, here's how you do it. And it's like,
here's a step-by-step process.
What do you mean theoretically? How do you just already know that? So
that's exactly
Mark, you're just digging yourself a hole, and you're potentially digging the Mavericks a hole. Stop. Shut up. If you want your buddy Steve Ballmer to get away with it, stop talking,
dude. Literally. So it's getting messier, guys. We'll keep you updated if anything major happens. By the way, we're just giving you the very tip of the iceberg. So if you guys are interested, I would highly recommend going and watching Pablo's podcast. It's so good. He's done like multiple follow-ups at this point, and it just feels like every week he just keeps adding more. So I would highly recommend going and watching. Okay, Pablo Torre finds out, but once you're done with this podcast, of course. But that's an update on Kawhi. Next, we wanted to kind of talk about some of the recent injuries that have been happening that are gonna definitely impact the upcoming season. Obviously, like we said, it's coming up. First of all, Tyler Herro of the Miami Heat, of course, he had some kind of ankle injury, it was revealed, and he actually got surgery and is going to be out for at least 8 weeks, possibly longer. Some people are saying it could be closer to like 3 months as opposed to 2. Like, earliest he'll be back is late November. So, I mean, I don't feel like this one is as relevant as the other one we're about to talk about that just broke today, because the Heat aren't really projected to be that good anyway. Like, honestly,
I actually have it different, but you can talk about the other injury though, and then we'll get into it a little bit more. Okay, well, the other injury, for context, guys, just dropped today. Okay, the Shams bomb just dropped today. Fred VanVleet of the Fred VanVleet. I always say VanVleet. Yeah, I know. I always say VanVleet. What'd you say?
I always say VanVleet, but it's VanVleet with a V.
He was named after Fleetwood Mac.
Really?
You know that? No.
Oh.
I just made that up.
I was like, they changed his last name? You're trying to
He was named after Mick Fleetwood.
I know. Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
He was named after Vans.
Exactly, yeah.
Not clearly. The shoe, the car.
The car, of course. You're right. Well, Mr. Van himself, he unfortunately tore his ACL, guys. So, obviously, I'm sure a lot of us know, brutal injury. He possibly is going to be out the entire season.
Already done.
Literally. Like, that's it.
He'll be back for the playoffs.
Well, the thing about it is, this Rockets team was already very, very short on guards. He's their starting point guard, and they have a backup. I forget the guy's name, but everyone's saying, like, well, it's his time to shine. But that's basically all they have. And it's just like, not really comparable, I don't think, to Fred VanVleet anyway.
Reed Shepherd.
Yes, it is. Reed Shepherd.
Oh, bro. Reed Shepherd. I'm getting him in fantasy. When we do our NBA fantasy draft, I'm picking him up.
Okay, well, yeah, you better.
But he's going to
have to step it up.
I'm just saying, Russell Westbrook is out there.
What's funny? That's what everyone's saying. But actually, guys, I did my homework, and guess what I learned? The Rockets are hard capped at the first apron, and they have an empty roster spot, but they do not have enough money to get anyone. So the only way that they could get anybody, including Russell Westbrook, even on a minimum, is by either waiving and stretching somebody or doing a trade to clear up some cap space. Because right now, they do not have the cap space to sign anybody. So that complicates things for the Rockets. Obviously, the season's about to start. So who knows if they're going to try to pull something or if they're just going to wait until a little later in the season. Maybe they can shake some loose threads and, make something happen. But definitely a blow to one of the teams that was like the highest ranked.
Yeah, look at you talking about the apron.
I know. I'm telling you, I did my homework.
Sports journalist over here.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Hey,
my
we're
best.
Going places. We're going places.
Exactly. I'm like ESPN. Call me.
I usually use a NBA trade simulator that already takes into consideration all that stuff.
Right.
So,
right.
I
watched some other podcasts and they talk about these things. So I this is second.
Maybe Russell Westbrook just plays for free. He's like, just put me on the team, dude.
Well, the reason I'm even thinking is because that was his whole thing, was that apparently he didn't want to sign for like the vet minimum, and that's why he hasn't signed anywhere. So I'm like, what are they gonna do?
But how special would it be?
Well, that's
if they could somehow pull off a vet minimum, KD and Westbrook reunion, just heal that relationship.
Well, and that's what everyone's saying. So we'll see. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that was like all of the comments on Sham's post. That's what everyone is saying. He's the obvious, person that's still able to be signed. But I did see a lot of people say, good luck in the playoffs if you're getting Russell Westbrook. But, we'll see what happens. But unfortunate developments in the injury category. Shall we move on to speaking about our next little topic, which is NBA rivalry week, okay? And, Anthony didn't even know what this is. And, I feel like the NBA is not really promoting it that much. I honestly heard about it more in the beginning of the schedule, when it first came out, because everyone was roasting it. Okay, so let me tell you guys a little bit about this. So in the schedule, the NBA has basically put, it's I think a 10-day stretch. I mean, it's not even a week, it's over a week, but whatever. They're saying that it is rivalry week, okay? And they got torn to shreds because pretty much 90% of these games are literally not rivals at all. And even if they are, it's a stretch. Mm-hmm. I was even reading their kind of commentary on some of them and I was like, really? That's your reasoning behind this? Because the idea is that it's classic rivalries mixed with budding rivalries. So I think they're just trying to manifest some of these a little bit.
And the only two legitimate rivalries they have are Knicks Nets. That fucking sucks. If you're trying to promote a week, why are the Nets a part of it at all?
Exactly.
I get they're both in New York and they're actually division rivals.
Do the Knicks Pacers.
But don't do a team that's absolute cheeks. Okay, I kind of like the Heat Bucks. Okay. I like it less without Tyler Herro.
I want to read them to you guys so you guys can have an idea, okay? So we can kind of pick out some of these. But, okay, Knicks versus Nets, Lakers versus Clippers, Suns versus Mavericks, OKC versus Spurs, Celtics versus Heat, Kings versus Warriors, Mavericks versus Hawks, Trailblazers versus the Spurs. Some of these repeat. Some of the teams have multiple. The Heat versus the Knicks, the 76ers versus the Nuggets, and the Lakers versus the Warriors. That's rivalry week, okay? And, some of these I can kind of see. I'm like, okay, LeBron versus
Curry.
Steph. Exactly.
That's immediately.
Exactly. But then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, and even the LA versus LA, they're always trying to push that, even though it's not even that, because I don't even think they've ever played in the playoffs. So is it really that big of a deal? But okay, fine. I guess you can. But I'm like, you're telling me you're not going to put Dallas versus LA? Luka versus the Mavericks in here? I mean, that's one that I would think is obvious. Or even the Lakers versus the Celtics.
Yeah, the funniest one to me is that I didn't even see was the Hawks Mavericks.
Yes.
Because that one, if you're going all the way back to Trae Young versus Luka, which wasn't even really a budding rivalry, and Luka's not even on the team anymore.
Yes.
Again, it's just Adam Silver
a reach.
Clearly not a sports fan. He's reaching like crazy, and he's just so out of touch. Like, this is so gimmicky. Like, the entire week. And it's so like, cringe.
Again, I think that it's like, first of all, there's probably too many of these. It probably could have been like 5 games, maybe 7 games tops. And actually pick legitimate rivalries. Again, like you said, who wants to see the Knicks versus the Nets? I'm sorry. Who's winning that? Anyone gonna tell me the Nets are gonna win? What rivalry is there?
To also set up the 76ers Nuggets, and I get it.
Yes.
Joel Embiid versus Jokic.
That's the argument.
Joel Embiid's not even going to fucking play. Let's be honest. He's not even going to play. You're wasting that spot for a player that's not even going to play.
Yes.
Timberwolves Mavericks, that's literally from 2 years ago.
Even like OKC Spurs, like that feels like kind of like a reach. Like, okay, I guess.
And the last time that was even a rivalry, like, I could understand the framing of Chet versus Wemby. They've basically matched up, I believe, twice.
Yeah.
Head to head. And again,
suddenly they're rivals.
It only goes back to the Duncan and KD era. Outside of that, this isn't a rivalry.
Exactly.
Like, it's not.
The other Mavericks game, they have one versus the Hawks, which you could argue is very much Luka coded. And the other one versus the Suns. Also, very much Luka coded. Everyone knows that Luka loved playing the Suns. The whole joke that it's like, oh, you know, Luka's Devin Booker's father, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like I'm like, did you guys miss something there? You guys think it's really going to carry the same juice without Luka? Because it's not. Like, he was the one.
Here's the other one. Celtics at Mavs.
Yes.
Going back to a finals rematch, which, again... 4 of the biggest stars from that series, actually 5. Porzingis, not on the team anymore. Holiday, not on the team anymore. Tatum, won't be there. Luka, not on the team anymore. Kyrie, won't be there.
Exactly.
So, like,
exactly.
This is just it's...
awful.
Yeah.
It's sad because it's like, guys, like, they keep trying to do these things that in theory could be cool, but they keep executing it so poorly that it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot.
It's like all of Adam Silver's All-Star Weekend ideas to make it better, and it's like,
yes,
brother, you're just
you're making it worse.
It's the what is he doing to the game that I love?
Exactly. So yeah, that's the rivalry week. It starts on January 23rd. Goes through the 27th, so...
I will not be tuning in.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys can tune in if you want.
I'll watch Lakers Warriors.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'll watch the Lakers ones just because I want them to win, period. I don't really care if it's a rivalry
maybe I'll watch Nuggets Timberwolves.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's like, that's a good game.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, you know, some of these will be good games. Some of them won't be. I mean, let's be honest.
Most of these are blowouts.
Some of these are layups, exactly, for the better team. The Lakers actually got hard matchups, unfortunately, but some of them just are, you know, it's a little bit of a joke, but that's NBA rivalry week. Next, we have a fun segment for you guys. This is going to be our fun little thing that we're going to do today. And that is going to be NBA superlatives. That's right, guys. The superlatives that you all know and love. Remember them from your yearbooks, from your high school, middle school yearbooks. Best dressed, most likely to succeed, all of those fun ones. Well, we're going to be doing that, but for NBA players.
Did you win any in high school?
Did I win any in high school? I actually think I did. I definitely, in middle school, I won best smile and best laugh because I'm just a goofy gal, I guess.
In high school, I didn't win, and my friends were very upset that I didn't win. It was most likely to ask for a ride.
Oh, interesting. I don't remember that one.
I was up for most likely to ask for a ride and most likely to be late.
Okay.
I didn't win either of them, but my friends were just like, they were upset that I didn't get either of them.
Right.
But, yeah. I would have nominated for myself for most likely to shit my pants.
Too bad next
Elementary,
time.
though.
Yeah,
Elementary.
Yeah.
Middle school, I got over that.
Right.
Middle school, I got over that.
For a little bit. You're like, mostly. So yeah, we are going to be doing all of your favorite NBA players. We are going to be pairing them up with our little list of superlatives. So you guys can tell us in the comments. Do you agree? Who would you put for these superlatives? So we are going to start with one that I think is a little bit easier, and that is best dressed. Who is the best dressed in the NBA? Who did you give best dressed to?
I gave it to Russell Westbrook. little bit of a underdog. Everybody's like,
Okay.
oh, it's SGA. I'm like, no, I'm gonna give it to Westbrook simply because he has his titties out.
Yeah,
I think
he
of
has unhinged
the sweater
style.
where his titties are out, and
Picture
hell
on the
yeah,
screen.
dude, hell yeah. I wish I could have my titties out, but unfortunately, they actually look a little bit like mommy milkers, and they don't look like pecs. So, yeah, Westbrook.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fair. He doesn't have horrible style. He's a little unhinged, but he doesn't have horrible style. I did go with the obvious answer with SGA. Just because, honestly, there's actually a few, like, best dressed, like, or well-dressed NBA players. I actually give my honorable mention to a Laker, Jared Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah. Good style.
Kind of a random pick, but honestly, he actually dresses so well. I follow him on Instagram, and I'm always like, Slay King. He actually has really good style. Sometimes I honestly like him better than Shea's, but, you know, I feel like to Shea, his aura.
He's earned it.
Exactly. I had to give it to Shea. So, best dressed.
He's got more
Shea
aura
and
because he's better
Westbrook.
on the court. Jared Vanderbilt is fucking ass cheeks.
Exactly. And hopefully he'll be better.
It's a contract
this
they
year.
can't get rid of, but they sure do want to.
I'm praying that he can make a layup this year. So, hoping for the best. Next, we have best smile. My superlative. I have a kind of random pick for this. And I
Who is
actually
it?
also have an honorable mention. Mine is Mikal Bridges. It's so random, okay? And I honestly had to do a little bit of research to, like, really make my decision. But he looks so genuine when he smiles. You guys see him smiling right now on screen. He looks so, like, genuine, and, like, his face just lights up when he smiles, and I appreciate that. And my honorable mention is Anthony Edwards. He has a nice smile as well.
He does.
And he has a very happy smile, so I appreciate that.
Ant has a Dennis the Menace ass smile.
That's true. It's a little
when
evil.
he's smiling, he's cynical.
Yeah.
When Mikal Bridges is smiling, it's because, like,
It's
wow, he
genuine.
showed up in the playoffs.
Yes, it's genuine.
People were clowning him, and then all of a sudden, he's just fucking blocking Tatum's ass.
Yeah, so
for
those
mine,
are mine.
For mine, I went with Luka.
Oh, yeah.
He was so sad last year, and honestly,
Aw.
I think the guy, I love him. He's so bad when he's playing frustrated and when he's angry with the officials, but when he's got just the genuine joy in his heart, I just love it. I love seeing Luka have a good time playing basketball and kind of playing like he's playing in the backyard. I love it. He smiles the most when he's around Jokic, and when he's playing with that
does.
kind of joy, like if he's around Jokic, he's so good at basketball.
You're
So,
right. Honestly, you're right.
Luka.
I love that. And thank you for recognizing our Slovenian king. Next, speaking of Luca, just kidding.
Of course.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The next superlative that we have here is most likely to drop 50 on any given night. Okay, so obviously there's a couple options for this. I could have given this to someone else, but I went with Luca because honestly, I just think there's only so many people that actually will realistically do this on any given night. Like, we're not talking career high once in a while, but it's like on any given night, you could legit drop 50. I gotta give it to Luca. I mean, you know, you could give it to Jokic. I don't know if that's who you picked. Okay.
No, I didn't.
Or like somebody else, but I personally picked Luca for this one. I just feel like he literally could drop 50 on any given night. So Luka Doncic for that one.
I went unconventional.
Okay.
I went with Donovan Mitchell.
Oh,
He's an absolute bucket
Yeah.
getter. He gets to the free throw line, and I just think of him in a volume shooter kind of way. And when he's hot, he's gonna get 50.
That's actually a good one. That's actually a good one.
I went with him. SGA is more of a consistent 30. I don't know if he can. He's not a guy that's gonna give you 50, but he's also not gonna a guy that's gonna give you 15.
Yeah.
So he's always gonna be at that 30.
I agree.
I like Donovan Mitchell. I like the spider.
That's a good one. I actually like that. Alrighty, so next up we have Best Dunker. So this one's kind of hard. I mean, you can go with a couple people. I feel like I went with a kind of an easy answer. I went with Ja Morant. I just feel like
He's also the best shooter. But
he
different
has
kind.
right. You know, but I feel like I like his like style that he has with dunking, even though he always gets hurt. But that's just because he really cares and he puts a lot into it. I'd like to think, at least.
Tries to put people on posters.
Exactly. I appreciate that he goes all out with, like, he has that swag with it. He has that style. It looks cool. I feel like I almost went with Anthony Edwards because, you know, I think he's really good as well. But I went with Ja for this one.
And I went with Anthony Edwards.
Right. Perfect.
Nothing to really say. I mean, he puts a lot of people on posters and just the athleticism. He jumps out of the gym, so
It's
That's what I
that
went
simple,
with.
folks.
Next is most improved.
Most improved. I have a feeling you're not going to agree with mine, but you go first.
So for mine, I have Amen Thompson. He just became a superstar in the playoffs, lockdown defender. He started getting to the free throw line like crazy, driving it. If he just develops that jump shot, oh my gosh, money, Tatum. That's all I think about. I think about where he could be at his peak.
His ceiling, yeah.
And I think it's all NBA type of ceiling.
I mean, I would agree, to be honest. That's actually a good pick. I didn't really think about him, but that's a good one.
So help me God, if it's a Laker, go.
No, it's not. It's not. It's just someone that I don't think you like very much. I went with Andrew Nembhard. I know Anthony.
I love him.
He went off in an episode about like how they're like the Nembhard brothers are like not that great.
They're inconsistent scorers.
Yeah.
Andrew Nembhard got better at defense in the playoffs, so I'll give him that.
That's why he's gonna be most improved,
right.
because Tyrese is gonna be out this year. He's gonna be like assumingly their main ball handler, their new like starting point guard. Everyone's expecting him to make a leap. Like, he's in the discussions for most improved player. And I just like him because he's really cute. And I have a soft spot for him. So
I'm going to go with
Andrew Nembhard.
I draft Reed Shepherd as my backup point guard in NFL fantasy or NBA fantasy.
Okay, perfect.
And you have to draft Nembhard.
I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Right. We have to remember that.
Okay, perfect. So next we have best trash talker. Who is the best trash talker? This one was kind of hard for me. I have 3 written down, but who did you go with? I'm curious.
I only have 1 because I don't think people really know him for trash talking, but he's just been getting more and more aggressive, more and more unhinged. And it's honestly the way he trash talks, it's almost friendly, but it's really funny. I have Giannis.
Oh,
he can just fucking drop
one.
50 on you. He can get 20 rebounds. And I just think back to when he won the championship and he goes to Chick-fil-A and he's like, I want a 50 count nugget, not 49, 50. Like, again, believe it or not, that's him talking shit.
He's so funny.
But he does it so well and he does it so likable. But I feel like that's what gets in people's heads just because it's like, it's a little friendly.
Yeah. He's such a nice guy that it's like hard to even like get the trash talk. I like that one. Well, my 3 that I have are Draymond, Luka, and Ja Morant. Okay. For different reasons, because honestly, like, obviously, I don't want to put Luka for all of these, and I don't want to put too many Lakers players. I want to be unbiased, but Luka loves to trash talk. Like, he really does. And it's funny because you say, like, he's best when he's playing, like, happy, but even he himself says, and, like, so many people say, like, he gets fired up by the trash talk. Like, he likes to trash talk. So, I feel like he's one of the big ones. Obviously, Draymond, like, self-explanatory. I mean, guys are crazy about that. And then I kind of did my research and, like, was kind of looking, and I was like, who else trash talks? And lo and behold, Ja Morant trash talks quite a bit. So he's kind of my honorable mention. I think I'll go half and half Luka and Draymond for that one. But speaking of, next up, most likely to get a technical. I think that we probably
let's just say it on the count of 3. We don't need to say anything else, and we can move past it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Draymond Green. That is right.
So,
Draymond Green.
Yeah, guys.
No shockers there, guys.
No. So now we got best duo. So I kind of want to go first, just because I have a feeling I already know where you went with it.
Okay.
Come on, dude. They just won the championship. I got SGA and J-Dub. They're so good together. I think their games complement each other really well. Yeah, it should. Like, I had 2 other ones that I really liked. Obviously, LeBron and Luka, and then an underrated duo that I have is Jokic and Murray. But I mean, SJ and J-Dub. I don't really think there's anybody else. I think they're in tier 1 just because they just won.
I did go with LeBron and Luka only because I have to support my guys. But I will have you know, I have right here honorable mention Shea and J-Dub. Okay. Because, like you said, the champions, I can't deny they're great, okay? But I gotta go with my guys first. I gotta give it to LeBron and Luka. Next up, we have a fun one, a little interesting one, and that is best hair. Best hair in the NBA. So this one was kind of hard for me. I was like, who has really good hair? I ended up going with Kobe White of the Chicago Bulls. Kind of an unconventional choice. I think he's a little bit of a random player. But he has like really big, beautiful afro. And honestly, I'm like, I love it. I love the natural hair. Like, I love that it's on full display. I love that it's making a statement. So for that, Kobe White, he gets my best hair nod.
For me, it's non-applicable. All the NBA players need better barbers. Y'all look fucking beat to shit, dude.
They're busted.
Seriously. Trae Young, I love you, dude. Spoiler alert, I think the Hawks are going to be the #1 seed in the East. Get a new barber, bro. Like, what are you doing? Right. Tatum has an Edgar-ass haircut.
He does.
So many, oh my gosh. Jaime... I'm forgetting his name. Jaime Jaquez or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to remember his name from the Heat. Bro, what are you doing? He has like a fucking Howie Mandel soul patch, goatee.
Yeah.
This is the second week in a row I've mentioned Howie Mandel.
I know. Howie.
It's not applicable. You guys look rough. Like it's atrocious. Like,
you know, you're not wrong. There's some questionable
Davis
hair.
still has a unibrow.
Yeah,
like come on, bro.
I'm like, girl,
no,
but
not applicable. You guys all look like trash. Maybe Kevin Love.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can group back to that. Maybe somebody will improve their hair later on. But moving on, back to a little basketball one. Most likely to flop.
I feel like we have the same one. Oh no, I think you have a different one.
Okay, who do you have?
It's his nickname. They don't call him LeBron. They call him LaFlop. So I have LeBron. I already know who you went with, because I know it's not LeBron.
Okay, I will tell you, I almost went with LeBron. I have nothing against calling LeBron's flops because it's true, he does do it. So I almost did go with LeBron, but I had to go with Shea.
I'm glad you went with Shea.
Yeah.
They both needed representation.
Exactly.
If it's anybody, it's those two.
Exactly. So yeah, Shea and LeBron for sure most likely to flop. Next up, most likely to argue with refs. This one's kind of obvious to me.
I have 3.
Okay. Who are yours?
Jokic, Luka, LeBron.
Okay.
LeBron, like, I don't think people realize, and it's a lot of like huge LeBron fans. If you're honest, you're honest. He argues a lot, but I have him third in that. It's definitely between Jokic and Luka. Again, they argue so much with the officials. Yeah. Rightfully so sometimes, but at the same time, it's like, it's a little bit too much. Because if anybody should argue with the refs as much as they do, it's Curry, because he doesn't get any calls and he's constantly fouled. But who do you have?
I have Luka. I gotta be, like I said, unbiased, you know, like I love him, but he definitely loves to complain to the refs. That's like his thing. He was doing it in Eurobasket. I'm sure he's gonna continue to do
Does it everywhere.
Literally doesn't matter what country he's in. I've actually never seen LeBron argue that much, but maybe I'm just distracted by the fact that Luka's doing it more.
Yeah.
So, I went with Luka for that one. Okay, this one is an interesting one. Most likely to break the internet with a highlight. I have 2 for this.
I have 1.
Okay, who?
I have the alien, Wemby. It looks so weird when he does stuff.
Interesting.
And every time he does stuff, it's hard to quantify it because you're like, I don't know many people that have done it. So It just constantly is like getting spread everywhere. And either you're super blown away by it or you're super annoyed by it because you're like, oh gosh, he's 7'4". Like, it's not that impressive. Or you're just like, that looks so weird. It looks so cool. And yeah, Wemby, who do you have?
That's a good one. I feel like I forget him because he hasn't been playing. I went with 2. I kind of tied it. And I was thinking more of like, because they hit crazy shots, I went with Steph and Luka. I know I'm like not Luka again, but honestly, because I always see their highlights because they're always hitting crazy trick shots. They're like, everyone's always like, they need a horse game because they're always hitting insane shots. So I went with those 2 for that reason.
They have the most non-game highlights. What I mean by that is like before the game starts or at halftime in warm-ups, they have the like, look what these guys did. You know who else has those? Jokic. Jokic does a lot of bullshit and they're just like, this guy just literally chucked the ball full court and made it. So, yeah I could see that. That's a good one.
That's why I went with those. Okay. Next one is kind of interesting. Most likely to hit a game winner. Who did you put for that?
I had to, unfortunately, because he's not playing this year, I had to disqualify Halliburton.
Oh, I know. I was actually thinking that
it would have been him. It would have been him.
I mean, honestly, maybe I'll just say him anyway, but...
But he deserves a representation. That's why we're saying
Absolutely.
it. I'd probably say Curry just because he consistently wins Clutch Player of the Year. Not specifically at the buzzer beaters, but these go-ahead, sleeper buckets. I got to go with Curry because I think LeBron's past those days, and I don't think there's a guy hitting it consistently, like on a high clip like that, other than Halliburton. And I'm only not putting him just because he's not really playing this year.
I agree. I honestly was also kind of torn on this one. I also immediately obviously thought of Tyrese Halliburton. Honestly, I feel like I should just give it to him just because it's like, come on, like literally no one's more clutch than him. But I actually also kind of was like, going between Steph and Luka for this one. Only Luka because he actually has had like several like super viral like game winner shots, like against Minnesota in the playoffs. He did it against the Clippers in the playoffs where he hits like those last minute threes. And so I'm like, I mean, I think in some cases, although I would say he's probably the last of those three that I would list. Steph, I also thought though, because I mean, hello, like it's Steph Curry.
I just thought of another one, Jamal Murray.
Really?
Yeah, he's another one.
Yeah,
there's a few.
There's a few.
I was tripping. There's a few.
But
it's just Halliburton did it so much. I'm like, does anybody do it that much?
Yeah, exactly. He is the icon. If I'm picking anybody, I gotta say I'm picking him. So that's an interesting one. Okay, let's move on. Most likely to yell at their teammates.
I went with Dylan Brooks because I feel like he blames a lot of people, and like as a teammate, he throws a lot of his teammates under the bus, and then he's just constantly being the liability. So then they'll yell at him. He barks back, and honestly, like, how is it kind of not Dylan Brooks? Maybe Draymond too. Draymond yells at his team. I don't really feel like there's a lot of NBA players like that though. I feel like it's maybe just those two.
I actually thought about both of those guys too, and I almost picked Dylan Brooks, but I actually went with two other ones. I have question marks next to them, so I wasn't quite sure. First one was Giannis, which is kind of a random like thing, but I thought about it because there's like this video of him from Eurobasket where he slaps his teammate in the face in the middle of the game. Okay, he just like. I'll put the clip in so you guys can see it. He literally just
I didn't know that.
He like backhands this guy's freaking head, like hard slaps him. And I feel like especially this year, like with this trash Bucks team, like he's gonna be frustrated.
He's gonna crash out.
Love him, but I do think he's gonna crash out. And I actually put KD as well for the same reason. I feel like he's obviously not the most vocal person in general to like be doing that, but I feel like he's also the type to maybe like blame other people. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like he's too soft spoken to yell. Like he'll be like,
that's
man, he'll be like high as fuck playing a game. He'll be like, man, y'all motherfuckers just missing shots.
Yeah, he just gets annoyed.
Yeah, that's it.
So maybe Giannis. I'll go with Giannis for this one. Okay, next, most likely to carry their team. Most likely to carry their team. You could go a couple of ways with this one.
I mean, Curry's been doing it for years, so.
Steph Curry. That's a good one. I mean, I went with Giannis. Same reason.
Giannis, yes.
Gonna be carrying the Bucks, no doubt about it.
Those are the two.
Exactly, they are the two.
You could argue Jokic, but Jokic also has better supporting cast than either of them. You could argue Luka, but Luka has better supporting cast than either of them. Like, no, it's those two.
That's why
they're at the top.
It's one thing to be really good and to be the best player on your team, but it's one thing to be like the only really good player on your team.
Yeah, those teams are only relevant because of those guys.
Exactly. Like they're literally dragging them, so they are literally carrying them. Most likely to go missing in the playoffs. I went with the classic one for this.
We both went with the same person, I think.
Okay, perfect.
Harden.
That's right, James Harden.
Harden, bro, you don't
classic.
show up. So there's nothing else to say. Trim the beard too. It's like gross, bro.
Yeah, no. Those 8-point games, that's not gonna cut it.
So then now we have most likely to miss an open layup. Angel Reese. I'm just kidding.
You're like,
people aren't gonna like NBA, that. Right? That one's gonna start getting clipped. Okay. You know it's true though. So regardless, I mean, she gets hella rebounds, but just kidding.
Not the layups.
I'm gonna go with Ben Simmons.
Okay, that's a
even
good
though
one.
that's probably his only bag. I just feel like there's never been a bigger case in the NBA for a case of the yips. And do you know what that is?
No.
In sports, the yips is you lose all. It's not just losing talent. There's people that decline in talent.
Yeah.
It's losing your entire ability to play the sport anymore. That is Ben Simmons entirely. Like,
Dang.
we always knew he had deficiencies, but that's, yeah.
That makes sense. That's fair. I went with Russell Westbrook. And you know what's
Poor
funny?
guy.
Listen to this. Listen to this. I went with him purely off of my own accord at first, okay? And then I Google it. Turns out, guys, Russell Westbrook has the most missed layups in NBA history since the league began tracking data, with 2,898 missed layups. And I picked him just randomly, but turns out he's actually the statistically correct answer of the most likely to miss an open layup.
That's almost 6,000 points that he doesn't have to his resume.
Yes.
I've never heard that, but you know what? Thinking back, I'm just like, the amount of time he's too athletic and he's too strong. He just puts too much. Like, you see it just go so hard off the backboard, it rims out.
He doesn't lock
rims
in.
off.
He doesn't lock in right.
It's he doesn't have in football terms, he doesn't have a touch throw.
That's what I was about to say. He doesn't have the touch.
It's too strong.
You're right.
Everything he does is too strong.
You're right. 100%.
Now we have most likely to get roasted by their own fans. So I originally had an answer and I had to cross it out. And I was like Tatum. But I was like, you know what? No. Boston fans specifically defend him tooth and nail.
Yeah, they love him.
And love that dude.
They love him.
But Knicks fans do not come to Cat's defense. He's not meeting the allegations. Even Knicks fans have impressions of him. It's Cat. I don't think there's anybody else. I realized it late. I was like, it's Cat. It's not even close.
That's
Who do you
an
have?
interesting one. I went with kind of a wild card. I went with the Lakers, Larry. I went with DeAndre Ayton. Because I think what I've noticed as a Lakers fan is that they are brutal. They want to win championships. They want to win. And if you're not good enough, like, they're going to roast you to death, you know? Like, they do not have patience. And obviously, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope that he proves the haters wrong. But, you know, he doesn't have the best reputation. And I can definitely see him being roasted by Lakers fans, unfortunately.
You know what? I have it more as far as like criticism.
Yeah.
Roasting, I feel, is kind of lighthearted. Like, they're gonna clown you, but they like love you.
That's true.
But like some sports fans like love their person so much they won't even really clown him.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like LeBron gets roasted a lot by Lakers fans.
Yeah, he does.
Like I feel like most Lakers fans do really like LeBron, but at the same time they're just like, bro, he's a little zesty when he plays. You know what I mean? The way he
mostly people are just like, he's too old, retire.
You know, he backs that ass up.
No, so honestly,
like,
I gotta say, like,
what are you doing?
I have to like insert a clip or something of him doing that because literally there was some
Put
games.
it right here.
Yes, there was some games where I was watching LeBron do that and I was like, what are you doing, sir?
It's like unnecessary, like too much, like.
Yes, in his face, like it's funny.
He's like enjoying it.
It's honestly funny. Okay, a fun category next. This is my favorite. Hottest coach. I have a bias here, most certainly.
Yeah.
I picked JJ Redick. I don't think there's any argument he is the hottest coach. This man is serving face 24/7. I literally watch games, and as soon as they show JJ, I'm like that sound, blah, 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 proper name, place name. That's me. When they show JJ Redick on the screen, I show all my friends JJ Redick when we're watching the games because he just draws you in because he's so beautiful. So I am going with JJ Redick.
So I went with Ime Udoka. He's the head coach of the Rockets. Pretty good looking guy, and he also pulled Lisa from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Shout out to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he cheated because he's got way too many hoes all up on him. It doesn't give him the excuse. Nobody cheats on Lisa from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You're out of your mind.
That is messed
I'm forgetting
up.
her name, and that feels so shitty. But
I know her name too, but I can't think of it.
No, yeah,
I can't think of
that's absurd to even do that.
I
but
didn't know that.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
you know,
so that's
when you're
why
built the
JJ's
way
the
he
hottest.
is, you probably have a few more ladies hit him on you, and he folded like laundry. He fumbled so hard, but like he's a good looking guy. I mean, you have to be a good looking guy to pull Lisa, but again, like he's an idiot as well. The biggest idiot, maybe he'd get that.
I know a lot of people like him, so that's a good one.
But,
That's a good one.
Biggest load management enthusiast. Kawhi Leonard. He invented load management.
I went with Kawhi too. I went with Kawhi. That one's easy.
I used to love him, but honestly, this whole cap shit and Uncle Dennis, fuck that guy.
It's just a mess.
Most likely to be injured. I think we have the same again.
Really?
Come on, let's do it. On the count of 3.
Who do you have?
On the count of 3. We have the same
Oh my god,
one.
are you sure?
I know we do.
Okay,
I'm
ready?
sure we do.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Joel Embiid.
Oh my god, I didn't put him. I did not
Who'd
put
you put?
him. I put Anthony Davis.
Oh, that's fair. Street clothes
Because
Davis.
I actually feel like it's like I feel like Joel Embiid is like he's injured.
He's just injured.
He's just chronically injured. He doesn't even play at all. But I feel like it's like the most likely to be like, oh, he's injured again is Anthony Davis. He's injured right now also too.
Yeah.
He got eye surgery and he's injured still.
You could go with Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis, or Joel Embiid, and you'd be right.
I thought about Embiid, but then I was like, well, or even Paul George, but I was like,
Kawhi.
Yes, I had all of those at first, but then I was like, I don't know. I think that they don't play at all, so it feels like 80's like a fairer pick. Okay, next one is an interesting one. We only have 2 more, guys. Last 2. Best American player. As we know, obviously all the best players are not American, so this one's kind of an interesting one, but I do feel like there's kind of an obvious choice.
I have 2.
Okay.
They're still the best American players. They proved it at the Olympics. It's Curry and LeBron until they retire. It's nobody else. You can
fair.
argue Tatum. No. Outside of that, the only players that are better are Europeans. That's it. So
I can see it. Two. Honestly, I could have said that, but I went with Anthony Edwards. Just because, I mean, he's been like, he's I guess maybe it's just because he's younger and he just has more upside at this point, I guess. But I can't argue with Steph and LeBron. I mean, how can I argue against that? But I went with Ant for that one. Finally, last one, guys. Last one. And, I think that this is always the most popular one in the yearbook. This is kind of like the crown jewel of superlatives. And that is most likely to succeed. So, who do you have for your most likely to succeed?
For my most likely to succeed, again, because I have the Hawks going crazy this season, I have Trae Young.
Okay.
I believe he's underrated. Is he a little bit of a cone on defense? Yes. But I think the guy should be, for how much he does for his team, I think he should get almost as much as love as Luka. Because Luka doesn't play defense. Trae Young does. He's just not good at it. Like, that's a whole other thing. So they're practically even in that category.
Luka's not as bad as his reputation implies.
Luka's just slightly better at all those things. But I think Trae Young is very good. And he has a whole beef right now with Patrick Beverley. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did.
Oh, he's going to go nuclear to start the season.
I did see
because
that.
of everything. Pat Bev, you unleashed a monster, bro. He's going to be getting 30 and 10 for like the first 2 months of the season because you said that shit.
I mean, I'm interested. I gotta say, I haven't really heard that many people being as high on the Hawks as you, so I'm kind of curious if you're going to be right about that, but maybe you will. I have Jokic. I honestly, I was really tempted to put Luka because I genuinely think that Luka's winning MVP this year because I think he's on his revenge tour and he's determined. But I just feel like Jokic doesn't even have to try to succeed and he pretty much will succeed no matter what. So I just felt like he's the obvious answer of most likely to succeed in any game, in any circumstances without even really trying. I had to say Nikola Jokic, you know what I mean?
I talked you in. I
knew he. I always knew
the Nuggets vibes.
The propaganda. I mean, look.
Nuggets propaganda.
The thing is, I'm not saying I'm completely 100% locked in on the Nuggets. They're super good, but I will not say that Jokic is not literally arguably the best player in the world. Even if Luka wins MVP, you know what I mean? It's still, just like Shea won MVP, and I still think Jokic is better than him, So, in general, I had to put Nikola Jokic. But that wraps up our yearbook superlative, guys. And that was fun. Let us know what you guys think. Do you guys agree? What would you guys put for these? But we're going to wrap it up now with our player emoji game. You guys might remember this. We played this 2 episodes ago. Basically, it's a game we play where we take turns picking random emojis to represent a player. okay? An NBA player. And the other one has to guess who it is based on those emojis, okay? So last time we did Steph Curry. That one was fun. Anthony guessed it right. You got it right. So I'm a little scared because now it's my turn to guess. So
yeah, I didn't. I'm not
nervous.
gonna make it. I didn't make it hard, but I didn't make it easy. I'll just say that.
Okay, fair.
Anybody who knows the NBA is gonna get it immediately.
Okay.
And I think they're gonna really like the emojis that I picked because some of the ones that you picked were a little bullshit.
Okay.
But with everything we just said, they're gonna be here on the screen for you guys.
Oh my
so
goodness.
these are the ones that Madi's looking at right now.
Oof.
And she's gonna try to make sense of them.
This is hard. Okay. Music note. Swords. Cross.
We gotta play the Jeopardy.
Cross
music.
swords. A 7. A 1. A coconut. And a spider.
I can't wait to explain all these. This is so
This
good.
is hard.
No, this is so good.
Oh my god.
You're gonna feel so stupid if you get it wrong.
I have literally no idea. This is actually really hard. 7 and a 1. Are those the numbers that this person has?
I can't help you.
Because I don't know either of those numbers.
Try to think of it. Try to think of it different.
7 and 1. The cross and the coconut are also... Honestly, it's all throwing me off. I actually have no idea. I
The
wish...
swords are throwing you off?
All of it's throwing me off. This is hard. I made yours easy, okay? Why are you making this
It's
so
not hard. It's not hard. I feel like they're going to get it.
I don't want to take too long to guess. The spider is making me think of like Donovan Mitchell, because isn't that his like nickname, like Spider or whatever? But that might be completely wrong because I don't know how any of these other ones make sense for him. The coconut? What is the coconut? Is that like somebody that's from Polynesia or something? Is this a player from New Zealand or something? I have no idea.
I really like everything that
And the swords? What is the swords? And the music note? Did this person make music?
No.
Oh my, is this a current NBA player?
It's current NBA.
Oh my god. I fear I don't know.
Guess.
I'm gonna go Donovan Mitchell because I literally have no other idea.
You overthought it. Yes.
Really?
It's Donovan
It is
Mitchell.
him? Oh my god.
So
I did it.
anybody that got it immediately right off the bat, let me explain them. The
Wow.
musical note
I'm
is
proud of
the Jazz.
myself. Oh.
The swords are for the Cavaliers.
Of course.
71, that's the most points he's ever scored in a game. So it was all together.
Wow.
71 points is what he scored. The spider is obviously because of his nickname Spider. The coconut, his fiance is Coco Jones.
Wow. See, okay, you know what's so funny? I didn't know he played for the Jazz.
There you go.
I also didn't know about his fiance. Yeah, literally, the spider is the only thing that got me. But you know what? Hey, I got it. I'm actually
good
proud
job.
of myself because that
Good
one
job.
was pretty
I
hard.
was so proud of the emojis I picked for that one too.
Well, now that you explain it, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
But
they're
that
pretty
was
good,
that was
right?
pretty tough. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to make the next one tougher on you. But guys, it is the time you've all been waiting for. Your favorite part of all of our episodes, and that is the MVP. That is our
We
version
can
of
just
the MVP.
throw a ham horn in there.
I know, you're right. Well, you know what? How about I'll do both, okay? Both. That's right, guys. It is the most valuable vibes of the week, our version of MVP. But of course, we're not just looking at the most valuable player. We're looking at the most valuable vibes, okay?
What good vibes.
Who carried the vibes this week? I actually have a little bit of a pick, and so do you. So do you want to? No, I'll go first. I'll go first because I know who yours is, and I think I want yours to be kind of the spotlight.
Yeah.
So mine is going to be Pablo Torre. It's my
Dog.
MVP.
Yes, that's a good one.
He is
the
my
the
MVP.
fucking Kendrick of journalism right
Not
now.
a player at all, but he is bringing the vibes
Mark
this
Cuban
offseason.
is serving him a Pulitzer.
That is exactly correct. He is certainly bringing the vibes. Maybe not the most valuable if you're Kawhi Leonard or Steve Ballmer, but to the rest of us, it certainly is. So
Oh no, if you're Steve Ballmer, you want him dead. You're hiring
Exactly.
a hit out.
Exactly.
Bro, you're using that $1 billion to your advantage right now.
Praying
you're
for
like,
you.
how can we set up a fake car crash?
No, literally. So praying for your safety, Pablo. However, you are the winner of the MVP this week.
Bro, it's so dark. Pablo's gonna have to make a video where he's like, I'm not suicidal. I do not want to kill myself.
No, literally. I mean, he was
He
already
has
saying
to.
that he was like feeling like his wires were tapped. So.
Bro.
But anyway, who is your MVP of the week,
I
Anthony?
went with Tyrese Halliburton. He had a really bad
Love
injury,
him.
as we all know. And I think it's one of the most heartbreaking injuries in sports history, if I'm being honest. Game 7 in the finals, he tore his Achilles.
Ugh, don't remind me.
This weekend, he was around the town, bro. He was at the Indiana Fever as they were winning in the first round of their playoff series, getting to the semis.
I saw that.
First time since I think like 2016.
I saw
They're
that.
playing the Aces right now.
Yeah.
Asia Wilson, she's the MVP of the
I
WNBA.
saw that as well.
Fucking Asia Wilson, absolute dog. Boyfriend is Bam Adebayo. He presented her the MVP trophy. So little shout out to them. But yeah, I mean, he was also at WrestlePalooza for the WWE, and honestly, he just looked like he was having a blast. He had a smile on his face. He was walking really good. Like, if anybody deserved to have a great week and a great summer, it's Tyrese Halliburton. He stole our hearts this year, and he just made basketball so much more fun to watch. I want to throw in one more.
Okay.
Just for WNBA purposes.
Okay.
Alyssa Thomas, she's basically the walking triple-double. She's the Jokic of the W.
Okay.
And they knocked out the defending champs in New York Liberty, and Alyssa Thomas just put the team on her back.
Went off.
She had a triple-double. I think it's the second time she's had a triple-double in the playoffs.
Wow.
She's an absolute fucking stud along with Asia Wilson. And honestly, as much as like, you know, the Minnesota Lynx, they're also in there. Nafisa Collier, I'm just getting into my WNBA bag.
Yeah.
I love all those players. So it's really exciting to see the WNBA and the finals just fucking going off. They're finally going to have a 7-game series in their finals.
Cool.
First time ever.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Alyssa Thomas versus Nafisa Collier in that second round.
I love that. Those are good picks. Love Tyrese. Also, fun fact, guys, I would highly recommend go watch him on Young Man in the 3. He was on it this week. So funny.
Spike Lee.
He was on with Spike Lee. That alone gives him MVP, honestly. But those are good picks. And that concludes today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe, okay? Yeah, click the little button, like, rate this podcast if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Leave us a review, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Do you agree with our takes? Do you agree with our superlatives? Who would you have picked? Give us your list, okay? We want to hear, guys. We want to hear your voice. So let it be heard. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok at First Team All Vibes. We are also on YouTube and Spotify and everywhere. First Team All Vibes, you can find us. But thank you guys so much for watching. This was a very fun episode, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.